I bit my tongue like at the side of my mouth, and it really hurts. It hurts to talk. Anyway, and I keep biting it over and over again. So that's why I sound funny. Anyway, so I'm gonna just kind of quickly go over the exercises that I did today for the Artist Way. Woo. Remember, by Julia Cameron. So I'm in week 1, and I just finished 2 of the exercises. So, of course, don't forget, every morning it's the 3 pages, right? The morning pages. And I've been doing that, so yay me. And I'm also doing the affirmations that I picked, if you recall. And those were, my creativity heals myself and others. I am allowed to nurture my inner child. My creativity leads me to forgiveness and self-forgiveness. I'm willing to learn to let myself create. There is a divine plan of goodness for me. There is a divine plan of goodness for my work. I am willing to create. I'm willing to let the divine create through me. I'm willing to experience my creative energy. I'm willing to use my creative talents. So I did that. So then the first exercise, which again is every day, the 3 pages, I've been doing that. And the one that I worked on today is number 3, time travel. List 3 old enemies, that's kind of harsh, of your creative self-worth. Please be as specific as possible in doing this exercise. Your historic monsters are the building blocks of your core negative beliefs. Yes, rotten sister Ann Rita from 5th grade does count, and the rotten thing she said to you does matter. Put her in. This is your Monster Hall of Fame. More monsters will come to you as you work through your recovery. It is always necessary to acknowledge creative injuries and grieve them. Otherwise, they become creative scar tissue and block your growth. Well, that's kind of nicely said. All right. This was actually hard. And I came up with 3. And I think the very last one is a huge stretch. But it's what I got. Okay, so for my Monster Hall of Fame, I have number 1. I don't have much memory of my childhood, although I am starting to remember more and more. But I don't have much memory of my childhood, but I remember Miss Guthrie in grade 3. And she called me stupid because I couldn't spell. She called me stupid in front of the class, and I remember running out. I remember crying, and I remember hiding in the bathroom. I remember somebody coming into the bathroom calling for me, but I was standing on the toilet seat there, and they didn't see me, and they walked out. Although I don't remember what happened in the end. But anyway, I do remember her calling me stupid because I didn't do a spelling test. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2, Mr. Bell. He was in grade 10. And he was actually a high school counselor, right? He called me stupid because I was struggling in math and I wanted to go into accounting instead. And he said I would end up as a welfare mom. And number 3, huge stretch. But I didn't know that I couldn't sing until my oldest son's father told me when I was 16. And I was singing a song, and I can't remember if it was the 4 Non-Blondes and Get High, or if it was Cher and I Could Turn Back Time, but I can't remember. Did I ever just date myself? Holy! But anyway, I was singing some song, and he had said, "Hey, who sings the song? And then I said, Four Non Blondes. And he said, well, why don't you let them sing it? Or something like that. Anyway, I don't know, but I was really horrified by that. And I had been in like school choirs and used to sing all the time and didn't realize that I couldn't sing very well. And I know that I stopped singing after that. Just saying. I don't even like to sing at birthday songs, like happy birthday to you, because then people would hear me. Okay, so that's why I thought maybe that might have been a monster, because singing would be art, right? And I was told that I couldn't sing, and I stopped. So that might be it. Although I wouldn't consider him a monster. Consider Mrs. Guthrie a monster, though. Anyway, that leads me to the next one, which is number 4. Select and write out one horror story from your Monster Hall of Fame. You do not need to write long or much, but do jot down whatever details come back to you. The room you were in, the way people looked at you, the way you felt, what your parents said or didn't say when you told about it. Include whatever rankles you have about the incident. And then I remember she gave me this real fakey smile and patted my head. You might find it nice to draw a sketch of your monster or clip out an image that evokes the incident for you. Cartoon trashing your monster, or at least draw a nice red X through it. Ooh, I didn't do that one, but I do have a visual in my head. So let's see if I'll be able to tell you. So this is what I wrote. And remember, she said that we didn't have to write a long story. And this is my first time trying to write this, and I don't even know how many years since I've written a story. Okay. Tick. Tick. The faint tick of the clock followed the shuffled steps of the teacher walking between the desk rows. The children held their breath as she scowled her way up the row. Spit flew from her mouth as she said in a high-pitched growl, "You stupid little girl," and slams the spelling test down in front of the shamed child. Right. Obviously, I need to work through that one, hey? But you gotta understand something. Mrs. Guthrie had polio when she was little. Okay, this may not be very nice, but it's true. And she had, like, her neck was like this. I remember that. It's like this. And she literally shuffled as she walked. And so you heard that tick and then I don't know. Yeah, it was like a maybe something like that, I guess. Yeah, she wasn't very nice. And I was only in grade 3. Anyway, I struggle with spelling. So that is what I did, though, for the exercise. And I think that little blurb that I did was pretty good. And that was just like on the fly. And if you can see, it's all messy and scribbled out, right? So, hey, yay me. Now imagine if I actually spent some time on it. And maybe I will. And then I was also working on exercise 9, which is just kind of going over the affirmations and the blurts. And then when you recognize a blurt, remember a blurt is basically a negative thought. So when you recognize that, you're supposed to write it down, and then you're supposed to do something to correct it. Okay, so I have here, first one, you are not a writer, you can't even spell. That would be a blurt. And then I said, I may not be the best speller, but there's spell check. Right? I don't know. But then I think I had a little moment there for a second, because then I kind of wrote down, I have poor fine motor control skills. I say that a lot because it's true, actually, but I say it a lot, and I know that it actually stops me from doing things. For example, sewing, because I get too frustrated. It's too little and I can't manipulate it, and it's just awful. But it stops me from even trying. And every time I have to cut, I really dread it. Although I do a lot of cutting at work, like, not cutting, but they snip paper. and it takes me a really long time, and it's really hard, but I do it. Anyway, so those were the two that I kind of came up with, and I'm thinking that I keep saying that I have poor fine motor control skills is preventing me from trying things. So good on me for recognizing that. And that's all I have. So continue with the morning ones. That's always going to be the daily thing moving forward. And I'll do the affirmations too, moving forward every day. I've now finished assignment number 3. Yay me. I finished assignment number 4. Yay me. Assignment 9, which is the affirmations and blurts. That's going to be ongoing. I'll keep adding as I recognize it. So I think I did a pretty good day today. I did the Mel Robbins review, and I'm working on my wish and my plan. Did this. Yay me. Had a great day at work and a good day after work. So I'm going to go to bed. So have a really good sleep, and do this again tomorrow.